Welcome to Otakus and Geeks, the hour. Join Justin, Nadia, Sean, Jerrell, and guest panelists as they discuss the latest news, give reviews, and conduct interviews in all things entertainment. Without further ado, let's start the show.
Welcome to otakusandgeeks.com and of course Red Eyes Entertainment as well if you're watching on his channel. Justin, Ashely, and Jerrell, we are here to talk about the PlayStation 2023 showcase for the, I guess we can say, spring summer season. Since E3 is gone, I guess they decided to do a showcase here, and we got some thoughts. We got some thoughts. Like, yeah, we got some thoughts. Actually, I'm just gonna say this before we begin. It's not actual gameplay. I swear, if I would have read that one more time, I just gotta get this off my chest before we even begin. I am tired of cinematic trailers. You developers, and I just literally got off with my friend Keenan, who's been on obviously on a podcast and show like that, who's the developer himself. And I had to agree with him. If you guys been in development for this long, and you have nothing to show me, shame on you. Especially now that these prices is going up. Shame on you. Like, there is absolutely no reason I should be getting any cinematic trailers if your game is in development right now. I don't even care if it's a rough beta. Show me at least 30 seconds of something. Get me interested. There was nothing in here. I mean, there was, but there were a couple of stuff, but there was nothing really to scream by PS5 besides the last game. But we'll get into that. But I want to pass it off to Ashely first. What was your thoughts on the showcase? Oh, disclaimer: she does have hiccups, so she hiccups. You know,
it's gone now.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone
right before
now.
Recording. Okay.
The water helped. So. I mean, after what, it's been like a year or two, been 2 years since we had like a Sony showcase.
I mean,
right?
they do small ones, but like this was supposed to be like
a big one,
huge one. Yeah,
it's been a couple of years since we gotten like a big showcase. So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe some like Kingdom Hearts news, or maybe some Persona 6 news, or something that has been getting a lot of traction lately. Except for the last game, which I'm really excited about. There wasn't really anything. Oh, and the surprise. This, I didn't know that it was in development. Didn't know it was going to be coming out like next month. But like with I don't know. Are we going in order? Should I just spoil it?
No, just whatever.
Okay, so I didn't know Metal Gear was in production, especially because Kojima left.
Yeah,
so
the remake.
now, right. So now I'm thinking is like, oh, so this is a remake.
Yeah, it is.
I thought this was like a completely another game, and it wasn't under Kojima's helm, which then I would be kind of salty about, because I'm like, you can't have Metal Gear without Kojima.
Oh no, it's he's not involved.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I got confused. I'm like, wait a second. So that surprised me. I mean, I love Assassin's Creed, so I'm excited for the new installment of that one. It looks like we're going to like the Middle East. I don't. There's a lot of sci-fi games this year.
Yeah,
that I noticed as a pattern. Not really a lot of RPGs, which I'm sad. Phantom Blade Zero looks really interesting.
Yeah,
I'm really interested in that one. Final Fantasy, I don't know if I'm going to get it, and that's coming out next month.
Yeah.
So, Alan Wake 2. That was a surprise.
Okay. Alan Wake 2, yes, definitely.
That looked really, really good. And like they did show some gameplay, so I appreciated that. But it is very much after like a year or two of hiatus, a lot of movie trailers.
Pretty much movie trailers.
There was a lot of movie trailers. And then Spider-Man 2 looks freaking amazing. I can't wait for that one.
Well, we'll talk about that one. Finally, we get Queens. Something I've been begging for. Was like, why are we not in Queens, at least fighting in Queens? And they finally gave us Forest Hills. So it's like, yes, Marvel's version of Forest Hills, of course. But yes. I was like, yes, the birthplace at last.
Yeah. We have trees.
Yes, trees, yes.
We got small houses, no more towers.
Yeah. More townhouses.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, finally, I was looking at it, I was just so giddy. It's like, someone who's born in, like many people don't know. Yeah, I was raised in Far Rock, but I'm born in Forest Hills. So technically, I'm a Forest Hills baby. Back when it was LaGuardia Hospital. So yeah, so I'm a Forest Hills baby. So I was just like, it was like so excited about. But we'll get more deep into what else.
Also, just really weird about Project Q and another Switch clone.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
It just looks like your phone connected to the side of the controller, which they've already done that already.
Yeah.
So
my brother has that.
right.
Oh, he has it already?
But I don't know if it's theirs, but like last month, my older brother, he was like, yo, I got the device. You plug it into your phone and you can play your PlayStation games on your phone. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then this guy just revealed it like it was a big deal. And I was like, my brother just showed it. My brother literally just showed it to me like last month.
But it's their screen, not your phone screen. So
and it's supposed to be 4K. But my thing is, does your PlayStation have to be on in order for this thing to work?
I don't think so. He said something about Wi-Fi, so it's over Wi-Fi.
But the game has to be the game has to be installed on your PlayStation 5 though.
Probably.
Okay,
yeah.
So I mean, I like I was just telling Keenan, everybody needs to start like as much shit Nintendo gets, and much people will be downing like, oh, the Switch is not powerful, this and this that. Y'all be biting a lot off of Nintendo. And what Nintendo be doing with their games, like, what's some respect on their name? Like, even now with Tears of the Kingdom, you already have people thinking like open world. They're gonna guarantee they're gonna be modeling after that game. What you're able to do.
I mean, they already did with the first one.
To underground to the land. They're gonna already be like, all right. It's just like let's just talk about this thing, Jerrell. What were your thoughts on the cube thing that they were saying? Like, I know you just touched on it with your brother, like, what do you think? Is that something you have a PlayStation 5? So is that something you will invest in?
No, because there's no. All right, and I mean, at the risk of like humble bragging, I have a 70-inch screen television. If let's say if they make a new Tomb Raider game, I'm not playing that on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain games like Street Fighter 6. I bought do you know how it feels to play Street Fighter 6 on a 70-inch screen TV? Like, certain games just doesn't translate the same. It's different for the Nintendo because, you know, I got Pokemon Violet, Sword, Shield, you know, Ruby, Red, Orange, Green, Purple, and Blue. And I grew up playing it on a Game Boy. I'm used to playing it on a Game Boy. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've played Scarlet and Violet on my TV, and it does feel a little weird to play a Pokemon game on a big screen.
Yeah,
you know,
me too.
Like you know, like I'll play the game for like an hour and a half or so, and then I'm like, you know what? I take it off the console. I sit on the couch, and then certain games don't translate the same. Like, I'm not going to play Street Fighter like in a handheld. Like, I don't know. So and the way their presentation, you know, was set up, they're doing big cinematic movie stuff. I'm not playing those on a small device. Like, if you're gonna make this big, larger than life thing, and you know, the repetitiveness of, I mean, they got like 17 like horror games coming out. There's like 5 different first person shooting games. Like, it got to a point where a lot of the stuff started feeling like repetitive to me. Like, I would watch a trailer, then they showed something. I'm like, didn't we just see this? But it's like, it's a different company with the same version of the same game.
Or similar stories too.
No, similar stories. But I mean, I got thoughts on Spider-Man, but I guess we'll talk about that later. But the one thing that I didn't like about it, aside from the repetitiveness of how a lot of the games looked, I didn't like the fact that, because like I said earlier, it felt like we were at a movie theater. and we were watching the coming attractions. Because at least when it comes to like when DC did the DC fandom, they would show you a trailer or they would show you like a video game or a TV show, and then they would explain what you're looking at. A lot of these games that they showed on the thing, I don't know a lot of these games. I don't know a lot of these people. So it's just like, oh, you showed me a movie trailer. There should at least be a voiceover or a host or somebody saying, hey, we just saw so-and-so, and this is what this is. This is how you put, like, give me like five minutes talking about the actual game. It's just like, oh, hey, look, a kid comes out of the shadows, fights his daddy, and then, cue the credits. And then we go into the next thing. Some girl comes out of a boat. She shoots a zombie. And then we move to the next one. And I'm like, is this, at one point I was like, is this the same game?
Yeah.
I'm like, have we moved on to different games, or are we still watching the same game? It was just put together very, very
weird.
Poorly. Because it was almost like they felt like, because it's in 4K and it's large, they were trying to go for the wow factor, to the point where we weren't supposed to look at details, and we were just supposed to be wowed because somebody jumped off of a rocket ship. We're not supposed to ask questions about what's actually going. It's just like, it's just zombies, shut up. Like, take the zombies. And
the what was it? And even the focus with the PS VR 2, I was just like,
they made a whole section.
They made a whole like Resident Evil 4 VR 2. I was just like,
how they divided
I have it already. Like, I don't need it in first person mode to pick. It's not a first person game. No. So and plus, it's not gonna have that same effect of fear like Resident Evil 7 did. So it's not gonna be. It's more action based than actual horror. So RE4 and VR, it will be fun for those. But it was just like, for me, it was just like, it's not doing, like, even VR was just like, there's nothing you're showing me to make me pick up a VR 2. There's nothing that's really standing out with this. And just to piggyback off what Jerrell was saying, what was just like these coming attractions, it was just like, some of these games are new IPs, and you didn't show me any gameplay. Like, how I'm supposed to get hyped about something I don't even know.
I don't understand what I'm looking at.
Right.
You're just showing me a trailer, and I'm just like, that's nice. It looks pretty, but
who are these
how
people?
Does it play?
Right.
What's the gameplay?
Exactly.
What's the genre of the damn game?
Like with the Immortals one, the Immortals one looked interesting.
Yeah.
But I had no idea about like the world building was lackluster. And then as you guys were saying, like each one didn't connect to the other. So like there was one called Neva, which was beautiful artwork, and I could tell the story just even without like people saying anything. But then it went from that, and then it cut to something like jovial and like well, that dark thing just happened here. Here's some kid stuff. Here's a storybook. So it was just like it was too jarring. Also, that first game, Helldivers 2, I've never even heard of Helldivers 1 to begin with. I felt like it was taking a lot of petty shots of today's society. If you saw the trailer, you kind of know what I mean.
Oh, with the was that the Eat the Rich one?
With a lot of like the patriotism, like really coming at us.
Honestly, I thought it was Earth Defense Force, EDF, because the way the style was, or I thought it was Starship Troopers. I thought because with the beats, I was like, oh shit, Starship Troopers, and then it was like Helldivers. Was like, oh, I'm not really familiar with that franchise. So I was like, oh, I mean, it looked interesting, but for me, like Jerrell said, it feels very samey, especially with these shooters now. I mean, we've been seeing the same type of style since Gears of War, like from the Xbox, the first one. I'm like, that is one, like the shooter genre is, and I know we're probably gonna get downvoted for this, like for just saying this, but I gotta say this. The shooting genre needs to be innovated now because it looks and plays the same. Like, just from the style of the concept of it, it's just shoot, duck, cover. It's like waves. I mean, I get it. It's still fun, but it's just like I'm looking at this point, especially now that I'm playing what games are $75 in New York because of taxes. So
$75?
Yeah, because it's taxes. 70 plus $5 is gonna be like, it's taxes for us. So I'm not spending $75 on a game that and that's the problem with the games raising prices too, is that you're going to be very choosy now. Like Zelda was worth the $70. Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not even scratch the surface of being done. I'm not even at 10% of being done with this damn game. That's how big this shit is. I'm probably not beating Zelda till winter 2023. Like that's how long this game is and how much stuff you can do. But I'm not gonna spend like Street Fighter next week. Boom, 75 straight off the bat.
But and also as far as like what you're saying with longevity, we played Street Fighter 5 for 6 years.
Yeah.
We like I'm still playing Street Fighter 5, you know, and I bought it in March of 2015.
You're about to do your last stream.
Yeah, I'm about to do my last stream for it like this weekend, Saturday, which is my birthday. But so there's and then even with what you were saying before about them not showing gameplay, the funny thing is, did you guys watch the pre-video before the stream started?
Nah.
No, I was driving still home.
Yeah,
so I missed like the first.
I was on the way to work. I was coming from home.
So they have like the countdown clock. They're just like, 60 minutes until the showcase, 30 minutes till the showcase. But while they're doing that, they're showing you footage of gameplay of games. You know, they were showing actual gameplay of like shooting games, zombie games. They had 3 Street Fighter fights with 6 different characters, like a full like best 2 out of 3 fight leading into the showcase. And then when the showcase starts, so it's like, so if you want gameplay, watch the pre-show. You know, like all the gameplay was on the pre-show apparently. And that was, and even that, like I'm not gonna like spit on them about the Street Fighter footage that they showed, because the thing with Street Fighter, the story mode for Street Fighter 6, you are the story mode now. So you get to create your own character. And
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and your character actually does the story mode. So what I appreciated, although I didn't need game footage because they gave us a demo and they gave us a beta. So so I don't need footage of that, but the stuff that they did show that I thought was cool, they showed the created character, and the one created character that they showed that character going all over the world. So at least it tells you, when you do create your character, you are able to fly to different places, different countries, different parts of the world, and meet these different fighters in different parts of the world. And I don't know if anybody else caught this. They low-key showed Akuma.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they showed Akuma.
Yeah.
So, you know, and again, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'm already hooked. Like I bought the collector's edition. The collector's edition is $250. but again, I know I'm going to be playing this. Yeah, I know I'm going to be playing this probably for the next 10 years.
Right.
You know, so
yeah,
so like they already got my money, but just showing me like those little tidbits of things, I was like, I'm perfectly fine with that. You gave me a window into the open world. You showed me some more characters. You showed me a little bit of Akuma. So I was like, that's for a game that comes out in a week and a half. I said that's perfect. Yeah. Everything else, I was just kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, we still have like Five Nights at Freddy has a new game.
Did they do a DC game? There was no DC games?
No DC.
No DC, no Marvel. Where's one Marvel?
Yeah, sorry. One Marvel.
No DC.
Is Suicide Squad and the Justice League coming out?
Well, Suicide Squad, that got pushed back, bro, because of the backlash. They need to fix that game. They need to fix that game. Nah, they need to fix that game.
Blacklash.
they got no. They got backlash. Dude, that game looks like nothing out of the Arkhamverse series. Like they need to go back and fix that. Nah, I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that.
Because they did this whole, because remember at was it the DC fandom? Remember they had this whole showcase. Yeah. They did all the developers were talking it up and everything.
Yeah, but dude, if you saw that recent trailer that they did,
I did it.
Like, yeah, when you get off this, watch the new trailer they did like a couple months ago that got so much backlash of the actual gameplay. Then you're like, okay, I get it. Everybody, it's a shooter. Everybody is shooting, bro. It looks like a mix of a shoot. It looked like they were trying to mix a little bit of Fortnite elements and gameplay in there as well. Mm-hmm. Not with building and stuff. It's just the way, the stylish approach to it. You're gonna be like, yeah, they should have pushed this back. Once you see, I guarantee you. Especially after you playing Gotham Knights, and then you're gonna see this, you be like, nah, this needed to get pushed back.
Also, can we say how the MC character in Street Fighter kind of looked like Justin, like with the close-ups? I was like,
I mean, he had the hair, but
yes,
he has more hair than me. Yes,
I was like,
but,
Justin's the quintessential generic black MC that they try to put in games to make it more inclusive.
I have a lot of variants, by the way, people. So
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just glad they used a black person.
Yes, facts.
Facts. They used a variant of me. But I'm just gonna run down this list real quick before we talk to them about the main event. So we talked Helldivers 2. We did Immortals, which is another first-person shooter. For those who are familiar with the Ghost Runner series, Ghost Runner 2 was announced. Looks pretty. It looks decent. Phantom Blade caught my interest. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was Ghost of Tsushima first. When I saw the samurais and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it looks
but
very
I think it's
interesting.
in China. It looks like China.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I put that in my maybe pile. I need to see more because at least they showed gameplay. So I put that in my maybe pile. Of course, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake. Believe it or not, I am not that big of a Metal Gear fan.
Same.
I haven't played. Did I play any of them? I
played
a little bit of Snake Eater 3. But yeah, I'm the same guy. Keenan will tell you this. He never ever lets me let this down. I brought Mirror's Edge instead of Metal Gear 4 when it came out. So
I don't even know what Mirror's Edge is.
Mirror's Edge is a first person kind of a parkour game. Yeah. It's like one of the PlayStation 3 launch titles. Well, it wasn't a launch title, but it was like early PS3. Keenan never lets me forget that. He's like, you brought that over Metal Gear. I'm like, it was different. And I love Mirror's Edge, by the way. Alan Wake 2 looks great. I'm really looking forward towards that.
Another black character leading the way. Excited.
Good Lord. Doesn't matter about the people. Doesn't matter what character the race is, people.
I know.
Of their it's the game good. I don't give a damn if they black. She could have been a cat woman. I don't listen.
I'm just saying that because I'm just excited for just.
Yes, don't you sound like one of those people like representation. Oh yes, I'm represented. Yay!
Look, I'm sorry. Did you watch the NXT Women's Championship tournament?
No.
As soon as I saw the bracket for the 8 women, I immediately tweeted, "So there ain't no sisters going for this belt in this tournament."
Like, one of the sisters, she got called up. Didn't all the sisters get called up though?
No. Yeah, and they got 4 black women in NXT. I'm like, so we ain't got no color in this tournament, huh?
Hey, whatever, bro.
Then I remember
the story, man.
Then somebody was like, "Remember, Shawn Michaels is in charge," and I was like,
Oh, come on, stop it. You got Assassin's Creed, which is my brother's favorite franchise for some reason. You actually RPG wise, Ashley, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink look good.
I'm not a Grand Blue person though.
Yeah, me either, but it looked interesting.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Of course, Jerrell, Street Fighter 6, Tower of Fantasy. We talked a little bit about.
Then we had really good.
Dragon Dogma 2. I'm not familiar with 1.
I think I've tried 1, and I couldn't even make it out of the village. It's kind of hard. Okay. It's kind of hard, but
is that like Capcom Souls like type of game?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with it, so yeah, people gonna just downvote us, be like, "How do you not know this?" Like, dudes, okay, I only play RPGs and horror games, and
not to sound biased here, but because they showed you the name of the company before they showed you the movie trailer. Yeah, every game that was made by Capcom looked crystal clear.
It did. Yeah.
It was colorful. It was like that shit looked real. Yeah. And I don't know what everyone else is doing doing wrong that Capcom's not doing, because like they showed like 4 zombie trailers back to back, and then when they showed the Resident Evil one, I was like, well, damn, this looks good. I wish I could be more excited because I just saw 4 zombie trailers, but it's like there was a visual difference, between I just wish it wasn't the 10th one I've seen in the showcase.
And
right.
And Ashley, you're tired of Friday Nights at Freddy, but they have Help Wanted too.
I just want that franchise to just go underground.
But they have a movie coming out. I hate to say this.
I know. Listen, the creator Scott, he's a genius for creating it. So I'm not downplaying him and what he created. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired. There's books about it. There's a series of books about it. There's theories about the characters that I used to really pay attention to because I got interested and got down that rabbit hole. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Let them enjoy their success. You stop hating.
I'm not hating. I said that I wasn't hating. I said that I'm just tired of seeing these freaking animatronics. Anyway, I'm not bitter or anything.
Then Bungie announced basically a title card, Marathon. I have no idea what it is. Something sci-fi called Marathon.
It just looks. I don't know why it reminded me of the Squid Game. What they did, red light, green light,
yeah,
type of thing. I don't know.
I honestly, and then the saving grace, of course, because then after that they showed PlayStation earbuds.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Oh, there's some.
You know what pissed me off about the earbuds?
Yeah.
I have earbuds.
Yeah.
I can connect my earbuds to my PlayStation.
Yes.
But this one will enhance the quality apparently of your PlayStation.
I needed them to legitimately tell me what is so special about these.
If it can brain link somebody to you.
It's like, first of all, they're white. And I don't like buying, when it comes to like video game stuff, I don't like buying anything white. That's not a pro-black choice. It gets
dirty. It gets dirty.
It gets dirty too
easily.
Quick.
Yeah.
I understand. Let alone buds that you were going to stick in your ear.
Yes.
I was like, so y'all already lost me. Yeah. I got the Raycons in red, yes. Orange, green, and blue. Like I don't buy white Raycons.
I got the gaming one out of you, bro. They're gonna take your clip and be like, I don't buy anything white.
I don't buy anything white.
15-second clip out of context with Jerrell. I don't buy anything white. Red Eyes Entertainment is racist.
This ain't White Eyes Entertainment. I still got my PS5 wrapped up in plastic.
I can't.
when I bought my Nintendo Switch for the first time, he was like, "Oh, what color you want?" I said, "Let me get the black on black. Like I got a black Switch with black controllers on the side. I don't do the red and the blue and the green and the pink and the orange. And black on black on black on black."
Oh, that Zelda one looks really fire though.
Yeah,
that Zelda one looks really good.
I mean, yeah, I agree with the earbuds. I don't see. Well, apparently it was supposed to say like, because I think the CEO was talking about how it really brings out the sound of the games.
But didn't they make headphones like these type of headphones anyway? So it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, but earbuds.
That's another $100. That's like another $150, $200.
I mean, we both know our students have earbuds in all the time. How many times a day you telling your students take your earbuds out? So.
Don't remind me. Or they lose them. Or they always lose one.
Yeah.
One.
But we're gonna go to the main event here.
But he was really proud about that though. Like,
yeah, he was.
He couldn't come out and explain what this 5-person shooter game was, but you're gonna come out and talk about these damn earbuds.
Mm-hmm.
And
Project Q.
And the sad part is I'm like, you're Sony. Before y'all were doing video games and all this magical stuff, Sony was known for their sound stuff, for both systems. You know, it's just like I feel like the league leader in sound and technology was late to the party. He talked about, I got these earbuds, and we like, you like 10 years too late, brother. Like I expected more from Sony when it came to sound quality.
Yeah. Hey, also,
we got earbuds now. Like, okay.
Before we get to the
main event,
Foam Stars, I was like, why is Sony making a Splatoon ripoff? And it's out of foam instead of paint.
No, I mean it looks
pretty.
It looks good. I mean, like, that's
Splatoon.
There was a lot of things that I was just like, Nintendo should really start like patenting the shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Like I said, as much shit Nintendo gets, and I know people gonna like, I know the fanboys are gonna come for us because they're gonna be like, this is, you guys are Nintendo bias. And like, no, I'm just calling a spade a spade. I've had PlayStation since its inception. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting 5. I am a Sony loyalist.
Oh wait, you don't have PS5?
No, not yet.
Oh wow.
Not yet. No,
did you do the...
Also, I had the PSP too. Had the PSP, and I had the Vita. Okay.
Same.
So,
well, you can get Street Fighter 6 for PS4.
Yeah, I know. I am getting it for 4.
Who's
Yeah.
So when you create your character or just use the one that they already made, what who's the first character you're gonna learn from?
Of course, Chun-Li, if I get a chance.
Well, she's the first one. Like it's Luke, and because Luke and Chun-Li are actually in New York. The rest of them, the rest of them you have to find.
My favorite character, Chun-Li, of course.
So besides,
then the typical, obviously Ken Arroyo, but Chun-Li. Once I learn her stuff, I'm good.
You gotta find Ken because in the story mode he's on the run. But
of course he is. Of course.
Or the default. Like I won't have to create that much. I'm just it kind of scared me a little bit. Let me just make him more skinnier.
Yeah, just a tad. I already told everybody I'm going once I get my airplane tickets. I'm going straight to Jamaica.
Oh, you're gonna learn from
I'll learn from DJ.
Yay. All right, so let's get to the main event here. I was expecting it. I was not expecting this shit to come out in the fall. Number one.
Yes,
that's really
so quick.
Really close. So I was like, okay. One, I'm happy that we don't know the story yet, but I do like the fact that I was honestly, like I was telling I was like, I was kind of hoping they would have gave Miles the black suit to just do a little different spin on it, and have Miles with the black suit and have Miles be kind of more of a darker character. But obviously, we're gonna go with Peter because obviously Peter and the symbiote, you got to do it. You got to do it. Like I said, I was so happy we saw Queens. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to explore Queens, but the fact that he is at least in Queens, it's like, okay, you guys are really, really giving me a Spider-Man story here. You're starting to really explore the lore more. I like the fact that we have Lizard. Kraven the Hunter seems to be the big bad of this game. Obviously, Venom will probably creep in towards the end. I like the Lizard in there. I like the gameplay switching from Miles to Peter. Hopefully that might be a thing because it reminds me a little bit of GTA 5 when you can switch from character to character and they had their own separate stories. I'm not sure if people realize the Easter eggs that they were showing in the beginning of the trailer. With Kraven looking at the map, you saw a black cat. You saw
all the superheroes.
You saw the Prowler. You saw a lot more people. So I was like, okay, so I guess Kraven's gonna be hunting them all. I'm really excited about this. I thought they did a really great job. Yuri seems to be doing a great performance of this dark turn of Spider-Man.
It's Sasuke. It's Sasuke.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like. I mean, it's Sasuke.
It's
right.
Sasuke. Technically,
it's Sasuke. That's Naruto for those who watch the anime. But yeah, so he looks like he did another stellar performance. Gameplay wise, it looks the same. I mean, and that's not a bad thing. Of course, we have some new set pieces here, especially with the I like the gliding, like the spider glide. That was pretty chilled. I'm excited for it. This for me is obviously the highlight of the show. We had to get through a whole lot of WTFs to get here, but I mean, a whole lot of cinematic trailers to get one big. It was like I think 8 minutes.
It was 10. They knew what they were doing.
Gameplay.
They knew what they were doing.
Yes. Hey, like Jerrell said, this was nothing but comic attractions. This was your movie.
See, but for me, that soured it a little.
Yeah.
What, the gameplay?
No, because
the journey.
Yeah, because the thing is, the game looked beautiful. Yeah. Like you said, I like the switching aspect of it. I thought that's how Gotham Knights was gonna be, where you could have these 4 characters running around Gotham and you can switch in different parts of the city. In the end, I did like how Gotham Knights did it, where you can team up with your friends all over the world and they can join your city and they can do missions at the same time. So it ended up being better than I thought, but that's how I thought it was going to be. So I do like the switching aspect of it. Like you said, like the fact that it takes place, because the first one was like in Manhattan. So the fact that this one is like, is like homegrown, there's some excitement and some intrigue there. The problem that I had with it, which has nothing to do with the gameplay itself, you gave me all this BS like prior to it, like all this disappointment, all this sadness. And then it just seemed like, hey guys, we know we gave you absolute trash, but it's okay now because here comes Spider-Man. And like when I realized it was, because when they were just like, oh, on to the grand finale, once I realized it was Spider-Man, I rolled my eyes because I was just like, this is Sony's problem. Sony's problem is they don't care about, this is why they're never going to give Spider-Man back, because it doesn't matter what they do, whatever trash they put out, how bad something is, they know that at the end of the day, they still have the one golden goose that they can just throw out. And that it's like, it made me not want to like it when I realized that, I was just like, oh, I don't want to cheer for this now. Because it's just like, oh, look, everybody, it's all right because Spider-Man is here. And I'm like, it does look good, but they're that one game is basically gonna make all this other stuff worth it. Like at the end of the day. Like this is what's going to pay the bills. Everything else is just everything else in Street Fighter 6. Everything else is just extra. You know, but
I mean, well, Metal Gear Remake 2. For me, it was Metal Gear Remake. Alan Wake 2 was impressive. Obviously, Spider-Man, and I mean, SF6 has basically sold itself.
Yeah.
It's already on track to be, I think, the highest Street Fighter game so far. I gotta check about that.
I will say this though. I don't like Venom Peter. That was the one.
Yeah.
Like, because then that's another thing. It's just like, okay, so now I'm watching this thing. You show me Miles Morales. Like, okay, that's cool. You show me Kraven the Hunter, and I'm just like I don't need a Spider Batman in this. Like, I'm sitting here asking myself, do I want to sit through a brooding Peter Parker throughout the course of this entire, or how long it's gonna be?
You gotta listen to the dialogue. I'm not sure if you played the first game. This is just based off the dialogue. I can gather, just theory wise, this is all about, because he said he has to. In the gameplay shown that after Kirk Connors, who is the Lizard, the Lizard is the only one who can save Harry, who was sick in the first game, and he's Norman Osborn has him in this tank and stuff like that. So whatever this symbiote is feeding off that emotion of Peter. He is desperate to save his friend. Keep in mind, he lost Aunt May. So he's at that dark place now. He's lost May. He has an apprentice he's training. You know, I'm not sure what his relationship with MJ is going to be in this game. I know they reconciled in the end of the first one, but there's so much riding and weight, especially this is the Spider-Man story. There's always that feeling like great power comes great responsibility. So now it is that point where, because they did say it's going to be more darker than the first game, which it should be now, because
but then
he lost May. He lost May.
Okay.
He lost. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but then if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna end the first game on a tragic note and you're gonna tell the public the next one's gonna be darker, then don't throw in Miles Morales for the comedy.
Well, that's how you balance it.
I guess like Miles is like the angel on his shoulder. So I guess Miles will be like the morality
moral compass for Peter. Like as I said, they're gonna most likely use him.
That's his Dick Grayson Robin.
Yeah, they're most likely going to use Miles as the moral compass to try to get Peter off the symbiote. So that's just my theory.
Yeah.
Or they might sway us, and Miles might actually get the damn Venom suit later.
That'll be very interesting.
If you played the Miles Morales game, Miles could still be dealing with the death of Finn. So like, there's still elements in here that that we can just.
And there's still some unknowns.
Yeah, and I don't think like this because I haven't played the first one or the Miles one yet, and I will before this game comes out. But I feel like even with the dialogue, like, because I remember watching like the original like Spider-Man movies, like the first three, like the Sam Raimi ones.
You mean the first two?
First
three
two
never happened.
Okay, first two. Okay, so the one that doesn't exist, that was the one with the symbiote, right?
The Figment.
No, second was with the symbiote, right?
No,
it wasn't. Okay, so it was the one that we all collectively had the Mandela effect of not knowing.
Yeah,
had the symbiote in it. So I it's a meme how like Peter in that movie, like when the symbiote takes over, he went into like this goth kid phase, and we all know the scene where he's at the club and like really brooding and, you know, very, very cheesy early 2000s. Yeah. Very, very the cheesy one. So I'm glad that I hope they have an Easter egg of that in there because that will be hilarious. But I'm glad that like with this one, it's more like it's angsty, but not like cheesy angst, and it's not over the top angst either. Like, so I'm gonna take it back to anime because that's what I do. So like, it's also ironic how Yuri is playing this version of Peter because of just his relationship with Sasuke in Naruto, and how like kind of like the same angsty type of feeling is there. Not necessarily the same. There is loss, like both of them still lost something, but I feel like with Peter, I don't know. I feel like with his dialogue, it also felt like he was fighting against the symbiote in a way. Because how he talked to Miles and everything like that, he was still protecting him and he was still kind of like mentoring him. But the way how he has a goal. So I know that the symbiote is probably feeding off of that drive and that goal that he wants to get. So I feel like it's not going to be like as cheesy as, I know it's not going to be as cheesy because the dialogue from what we've seen and what we've heard sounds like it's like it was pretty par for the course. And then I think it's just also kind of funny how because again, I haven't played Miles yet. But like Miles's friend was like, "Is he always like this?" And Miles was like,
Genki.
Yeah. And Miles was like, no, like not at all. So I'm really interested to see like that dynamic, and then also if Peter's going to fight it. Because I don't know if I've seen a version of Peter fighting the symbiote. I mean, of not fighting the symbiote. Is there?
There's obviously in the comic books. That's when, I mean, Venom is clearly in the game because Tony Todd is playing him. So Venom eventually, like I said, I think he's going to be towards the end, or he will be the big bad. I'm hoping that this is going to lead into, I mean, this is definitely a 70. I will shell out the $70 for this one, obviously. This is day one. This obviously Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16. I'm kind of on the fence about.
I'm on the fence of that one too.
I still
16.
Yeah, 16, man.
Yeah,
16.
I'm still Final Fantasy 7 was like the greatest thing of all time.
Well,
honestly, I'm actually gonna do a video about this. So I'm after playing 6. I'm almost done playing 6 again, and 6 actually might be the best one. I know, which is crazy because 7's my favorite video game of all time. But like I text Keenan, I was like, "Yo, you might be right. 6 might actually be the best Final Fantasy." No, shocking. Justin might actually have to admit that. It hurts every time I say
Keenan is going to clip this and just it's going to be his ringtone, just so you know.
Repeat.
Yep.
Keenan's in my
ringtone.
Here's proof. You said 6 is bad. I said it might be. It might be. I'm still playing it again. The one on the Switch, the remaster, the Pixel remasters. Definitely get that, by the way. But we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Any last thoughts on this? And I honestly, let's rate it. I would say disappointing. There were a couple of games, but games that actually show gameplay, and that's why I would say it's disappointing. It wasn't the games that were shown for me. It was the lack of gameplay, or as they put it, it's not actual gameplay.
Yeah, that popped up a lot.
I got tired of reading that.
Not actual footage of the game. Footage of the game.
I just want to say this, and I know I said it in the beginning, but I want to repeat it again. And this is for any developers watching this. You are selling a video game. You are not selling a movie. You're not selling a Netflix special. CGI trailers do nothing for gamers. Gamers are looking for gameplay because that's what we're doing. We're playing your game. I cannot get hyped with a CGI trailer unless it's a movie you're showing me. Resident Evil has a CGI movie coming out. I can get hyped about that because it's a CGI movie. We have to stop taking a cinematic. I know this is going to be controversial, I'm about to say. Stop taking a cinematic approach to video games. You are video games. If you want to be Hollywood, work in Hollywood. Make a CGI movie for Netflix, for Hulu, for Disney Plus. Join Pixar. I don't care. Join something. CGI trailers have to stop. And this is another controversial thing. I love rap music. You're overdoing it with the rap music in my fucking trailers. There are other genres of music we can use. Not every rap song fits with a damn trailer. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, enough. Where's some rock? Give me some epic orchestra music.
Like hip hop on Animal Crossing?
No. Like, yeah, like, seriously, no, this is real talk. Like, even movies do it. Not every trailer needs a rap song. There's other genres of music that need love, damn it. True. Like, come on. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, enough. The cinematic trailers, you can do that if you want to do a title reveal. Cool, fine. But if this is a showcase, show me gameplay. You could release a cinematic trailer later on, but your first impression is everything. I can't be impressed if you're just showing me a title card. Like, okay, Dragon Age 4 is coming out. Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited for that one, by the way.
Yeah, but where was that? Where was the new Mass Effect? Like, where are these games? Now, it says in development. Okay, so show me something. Clean something up. If it's not ready to be shown, don't announce it. Don't show nothing. You can just announce the title. Show the title card. This game's coming soon. We're in development. Do it in development trailer. I don't care. But the cinematic stuff, it's like, I can't get hyped with that. It's not doing anything for me. Especially if you're trying to sell units to your damn system. It's 3 years now. 3 years, and I still don't have it because I'm looking at them like, okay, PlayStation 5, but is it also coming out for the PS4? Oh yeah, it is. Why am I buying the game?
They're kind of like backpedaling because since PS5 is not technically backwards compatible, they're still trying to like backpedal. Yeah. Like, but you can still get it for PC and PlayStation 4.
And yeah, that's the thing. It's like, hey, it's also for PS4. Hogwarts Legacy for PS4 now. It just came out, the PS4 version. I'm like, okay, I could probably. Why get a PlayStation 5? I could just get that version. Might not be as technically sound, but rant over. But for me, disappointing. Too much cinematic trailers. I need to see gameplay. And enough with the damn rap music. I love rap, but I want to hear other genres of music get some love, damn it. It's music, for God's sakes. All right, Ashely, Jerrell, your final thoughts.
That and just also
everything he said.
That retweet, ditto. And then also to just make it like just make it cohesive. So I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to segment it, but it just felt like they were trying to make a big story, and there was a lot of fillers. There's a lot of filler arcs that did not make sense. There was the hot tub special, and then now we're back at the normal episode, and now we're back at the beach. Like, it didn't. If they wanted to be more epic about it, I feel like more gameplay and more story. So like actually show us instead of tell us. I feel like this was a lot of telling us that, hey, this is coming out soon, get ready. But it's like, what can we get ready for, unless we already know what the game is or we follow the development. And I think that's also the other thing too. I think Sony and just other companies in general cannot just sit back and assume anymore. I know that everything is out there and like the internet is more prevalent than ever, but there's a lot of people out there like myself who don't follow a lot of games unless it piques our interests, or like a lot of genres that pique our interest, so we lose a lot on it. So if you assume that everyone knows the games that you're about to show, then you lose a lot of the core audience that you want to sell for your units. So I think it's just more advertising. Just a lot more advertising. Like if Justin didn't show me the link for the showcase, I wouldn't even know it was happening.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of like the other like game trailers, like with Dragon's Dogma 2, like I think it was last year since we seen like a trailer or something based on it. You know, I just wish that there was more catch up before the actual showcase to get us more hyped. And I feel like, you know, as Justin was saying, that if there was just more gameplay coming out to whet our appetites, then seeing a couple of cinematic trailers wouldn't be too bad. No. As a whole hour thing, I don't think so. And then also too, like, why show? I feel like it's a cop-out showing gameplay when people are not even like tuning in at the pregame or the pre-showcase. And I feel like that was very, it didn't make sense. And so I feel like that was something that you could have included that gameplay as a tag along with everything else, instead of making it in the beginning. And I guess they were trying to do it again to get everyone excited, but then have it flow into that. So if the last gameplay trailer, let's say, was for Street Fighter 6, then your first game in the showcase should be Street Fighter 6. Mm-hmm. And so like have like a really great, like teaching kids about writing essays, having a really great hook in your introduction, and then having like explaining what your body is, explaining what your thesis is about, and then at the end sum everything up and then have like a tagline at the end.
Such a damn teacher.
I know. It's crippling. So again, for example, if you put Street Fighter in like as the first game, like that's a really great hook and opener, because everyone is looking forward to that, looking forward to more gameplay, more story and everything. Then if you add something, so if you put phone, I think, you know, the phone game next to that, that makes sense because it's cooperative and like, okay, that makes sense in that realm. So just having it be more, and then having like Marvel at the end was great. That was probably the one thing that they got right. Whereas for the storyline of the showcase. So I think that's just my major gripe, is that I was just whiplashed by a lot of like the genres. Yeah, from genre. So like from Neva to like, you know, that sad ending or maybe beginning to like, so here's a game about a storybook, how you can hop into 2D into 3D. And it's like, cute, possibly that's on the maybe shelf. Yeah. But I just got my heart turned out literally by this beautiful artwork, and now I need to care about this. And it was too short. Like the trailers went like super fast. Like there was no time to recover from whatever emotion you were feeling. So if you were happy,
what you were seeing.
Yeah. So like if you were happy with Metal Gear, but then it hopped into something else, you were like, whoa, wait a second. That doesn't make any sense at all. So that's my main thing. And just a better storyline.
Your final thoughts?
Yes. I would say, you know, and pun intended, stop relying on Spider-Man to save the day and actually map out the undercard. You know, like hire, I mean, didn't they have like this? I saw like one random black guy, he just came on, he was like, hey guys, so you just saw some stuff and now let's move on to the next stuff. Why is this person not explaining what we just saw? You know, like hire people to explain stuff, because like I said, like there are a lot of people, I don't know jack about half of the stuff that they showed.
Yeah, there was no developer interviews either.
No.
And they didn't tell me anything about half the stuff that I showed for me to want to care about.
And you know when they're going to do that? Probably tomorrow when they show gameplay footage of these games.
Yeah, probably. But it's just that, that's, you know, but that's basically it. But that's it. To me, it just felt like, oh, we'll just show some stuff because like they feel like, oh, everyone knows what this is, so we'll just show them some stuff, and then if they don't like it, you know, people will lose their shit when we show the Spider-Man trailer anyway. So, and it's like that's a bad attitude to have, because if like all you had to do just a little explanation of, hey, this is this is this is the old game, this is what we're doing now, and that would have been fine. And stop using a video game showcase to like low key try to sell your earbuds and
oh, and the Gran Turismo movie too.
Yeah.
Oh,
sell your
that also. I was like,
the shameless product plugging. Now, one good thing I will say about the Spider-Man game from what we saw, like the part where they were in the warehouse and he was silently taking down people using devices to see. I like that because one, it reminds me of the Batman games. It reminds me of Gotham Knights, but it also reminds me of Tomb Raider. Because in Tomb Raider, when you get to a campsite and there's seven like mercenaries in the campsite, there's two ways you can do it. You can just go in guns blazing and have a firefight, or there's a pattern you can follow to silently kill each individual person where nobody knows that you're coming. So if they have silent takedowns where it makes you think about disarming your opponents, that's a cool feature. And if you can do that with multiple characters, like that'll be a home run for them too. And we didn't even get a Tomb Raider trailer. Like when are we gonna rebirth the Tomb Raider franchise? They
need to continue to no more remakes. Just continue
it.
The story. But we're gonna wrap this up because this might be an episode of an hour because we probably went almost an hour with this. So I might just put it as the hour. So this is Justin, Jerrell, and Ashely, and definitely guys stay tuned. Obviously if you're watching this on Otakus and Geeks, stay tuned we are actually going to do this time of this recording. We're recording this obviously on the Wednesday. Me and Jerrell are going to be giving our review immediately after the Flash series finale. So literally a few. So definitely check that out on his channel and ONG's channel as well. And more reviews. Ashley's going to be having more Essential Anime soon. UWL is coming back July. July 2nd, I believe, is the date we announced. So we got more great tales of Captain James Walker.
Oh God.
We do have
why check for
it's gonna be July 1st actually. So we do have some releases who got future endeavored, but you'll see that on the premiere.
When are we getting those UWL go off t-shirts?
So soon actually. Me and Mendez are actually going to announce soon the UWL t-shirt store, so be on the lookout for that. We're actually going to work with a couple of artists who are going to be doing artwork for our wrestlers. So you're going to be getting SWV shirt, go-offs, and everything else. So stay tuned for that. A lot of exciting things happening at Otakus and Geeks. We got tons of conventions coming up, coverage. So stay tuned for that. And definitely make sure you subscribe if you're watching this on Jerrell's channel. Please, Jerrell, tell them where you hit that like, share, subscribe. Go ahead.
That is Red Eyes Entertainment. Red Eyes with a Z. I feel like I have to say that every time. Red Eyes with a Z Entertainment on YouTube. Superman and Lois is back, and John Henry Irons is still getting his ass beat. So we're covering that. And we only got 4 episodes left of that. And like Justin said, the Flash review, the series finale of the Flash is coming up. And then once that concludes, I believe the next show we're getting to lose is Doom Patrol. And then after Doom Patrol, pray.
Yeah.
Let us
We all
pray.
know what's going to happen DC wise. So we'll talk to you guys later. We're out later days. Peace.
Thank you for joining us for Otakus and Geeks, The Hour. Support the podcast by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. For more on Justin, you can check out imaginativevisions.com. For more on Nadia, you can check out gothamgeekgirl.com. For more on Sean, check out his podcast, It's Chronicles, on Anchor FM. For more on Jerrell, check out his YouTube channel, Red Eyes Entertainment. Later days.